Hi, this is Nicholas Webb, and I'm giving you a little look at my collection, some of my collection of Digimon toys. Some of the ones that didn't quite fall over. Do I care? Okay. Um, my little collection, and kind of what I think about the Digivolver line. Honestly, I think except for very specific situations, the Digivolver line was a terrible idea. And usually the situations that um, that it worked in were the Spirit Warriors. These two specifically. Also like Agunimon, Burning Greymon, Lobomon, all the ones they had made. They are those figures are really well done, and that was something that the main reason was is that they didn't. The design lended itself to the figure. Basically, it's a good figure of the character, and then its transformation is kind of like this one. He just sits down basically. I don't say it really counts. It does, I guess, but anyway. Now, this guy is probably the one of the few Digivolvers I really gotten that actually digivolved to something else altogether. And this one came out. They had the burning. They had Geo Greymon to Rise Greymon figure and stuff, and I'm gonna say that one I thought looked stupid as can be, but other people disagree. But I was like, that doesn't look like the character. It's not a very good figure of anything. Either form looks kind of stupid. This one, it kind of works in its forms. So I kind of like this one, but it's kind of stupid. I mean, the transformation is neat and all, but they could have achieved a better look with, just like taking parts off and putting other parts on. I mean, that's worked better. I mean, the head I guess I was okay with, but like the way I'd rather have to take off the arms and replace them with the boxing gloves, and then add on parts, rather than have the silly make everything work. Because I mean, here's his jetpack for his ultimate mode right here. Looks, I mean, just sticking out there. And this Digimon, when you actually look at him, what he's supposed to look like. Hold on, momentarily. This guy right here, somewhere. It's like going through drawers here, so it might take. Oh, there it is. Alright. Sorry, I forgot about that. Whatever. Look here, that is the actual that is what he's supposed to look like in this form. He's got his two paws, which yes, he has. Yes, the face looks fine. I mean, I could forgive the little bit of the sun, being able to see the sunglasses and stuff. And it looks fine, and his tail curling up. I kind of can forgive this part. Kind of. But the thing that really ruins it is, you see these little hand things that are coming off of his back. Look, he has these little hand things up here. These hand things are these little things right here, which become his chaps when he transforms. So, what the hell? I mean, it's rather inappropriate in a lot of ways. I feel kind of odd messing with the guy's chaps, But this is the better looking one. I thought the Geo Greymon one just looked stupid, because it was mostly, it's all in his tail. And I'm like, okay. Seriously, what's wrong with like having parts that are off and putting them onto the figure? I mean, it worked well for this guy up here. Worked real nice. So why couldn't it work well for this guy? Or Geo Greymon. So you can imagine that this figure disappointed me, and I don't really want to go through how to transform him or anything. It's already been done, and I just don't think he looks very good when he's transformed. I mean, he looks passable on levels, but that's at best. So the Digivolver line, I think the Digimon did, has been, for the most part, putting out really ugly toys. I just feel that way. Because you just really can't get away with making these toys, because they just look silly a lot of times. And that's one of the things that I kind of dislike about the Digimon toy line, was they really made cruddy toys. And like these, honestly, hopefully they'll readjust at some point. I have my screen right in front of here, so it kind of gets taken up. But I mean, this figure right here, this figure is freaking it's just beautiful. You know, it's missing some of the details, blah blah blah. I painted on the ones that weren't quite on there, except for like the wheels. And transformation is pointless. He just basically sits down, like you have to kind of like push in his neck, extend out his back legs with these double joint things, which I don't know. It looks to me like more it just adds to his posability. And there's like a certain way he sits, and he's staring straight up, and that's the figure. Only thing it doesn't do that it should, see, there it is. It's transformed into its, when it's supposed to be a spirit. The thing it doesn't do is this doesn't fold down. That's it. And honestly, I'm cool with that. That doesn't bother me at all. That kind of thing, it actually adds the posability of this character. Only thing is he doesn't have certain joints to make him where he can like go roar and stuff. So that one didn't turn out bad. It's sitting down is barely anything. Fall over. This one had let me zoom up. You know, this is Beetlemon. That was Kendo Garurumon, or Blade Garurumon, if you remember him from Digimon World 3. This one, on the other hand, has a little bit more complicated thing, but honestly, it actually adds, his transformation almost adds to his posability. And I mean, he has, you know, the back, and this is another one I added details to, and this one worked out pretty cool. Now, to change him into spirit mode, this one's a little bit more complicated than the other one. It's not just sitting it down; it's transforming, like having to flip his arms back, and then there's like a joint back here that he can just use, and it's up there, and you just basically extend it out until you have it. Put him up there, extend out his head, you fold back, you extend out all his legs because they stretch out with this little orange part, and shove him behind his back, and you pull out his neck, which I had already done, and have it lifted up, and that's spirit mode. It looks silly. It really does. I mean, there's no reason for, you know, really to display this guy unless you're wanting to have all the spirits. But in reality, the thing is, that mode does not interfere with the figure's posability. In some ways, it makes it where if you really want to do a awesome pose, you have some extra joints, and that's the neat thing. Because, you know, normally, I guess technically when you have him in the warrior mode, you can't really bend his arm. You just pull it out a little bit, and you have arm articulation, leg articulation, and you can turn it around and stuff. This was a good figure. And, you know, you have this part, and you have, like, you open up his wings, and this actually comes off, and you can see the back part of him. And, you know, this was a fairly good figure. It was to the point, and all of this line really was. I mean, there wasn't from what I can tell, I didn't look at the Goonimon one or Burning Greymon ones. I didn't get a chance to get those. But, I mean, these two that I did get, they look amazing. They're just really well done. And this is the kind of figures that, you know, should be the minimum. We should be able to get figures like these. something that looks like the character, maybe has a gimmick that doesn't interfere with the character. And that's where a lot of toy companies are going wrong right now, is they create gimmicks that interfere with the characters. And when that happens, like, you know, what happened with Gaogamon, or whatever you want to call the guy. What happened with him was the gimmick of him transforming took away where neither side of that figure was correct. Neither side of it was really passable even. So, as you can tell, that's not really one of my favorite figures. I really like the, you know, Beetlemon or Blitzmon, depending on what side of the pond you're on. Or wait, no, that's not right. Which side of the, I don't know, was Atlantic? Yeah, Atlantic Ocean, I think. If I'm wrong, well, I'm wrong. And you know, these two figures, they look really nice, and they were really well done. And we need more figures like this, you know, where the look and the playability is the key, and then you go in there and you add the gimmicks later, as long as it doesn't interfere with the figure and with, you know, with what we really want to see. So if anyone's listening, that's what we want. We want figures that don't interfere with it. And it would be nice if we could have, you know, decent figures like these ones that are like, you know, $10, maybe $15, and not have to spend $40 or $80. I got this one for $40 because I got it like the last one of this level from Big Bad Toy Store. You know, we shouldn't have to pay $40 to $100 for a good figure, for a figure just to look okay, when you guys can do this for like, you know, $10 or $20. You know, it's not right. It's not right when they cheap out on us and leave us without some of the best stuff. Because sometimes you put the gimmicks in, it just pisses off the collectors and the fans alike. I mean, only a little kid who doesn't, you know, get into the show that much, just like, oh, it's this, so I like it, are the only ones that really appreciate the gimmicks. And that's it. So I guess this is my little thing to Bandai or whoever else wants to listen. When you're making toys, accuracy first, then posability, and then if you can fit in a gimmick, fit it in. If you can't, forget it. Forget the gimmicks. The gimmicks, we don't care for them. No one cares for them. You're just wasting your money. So, anyway, peace, love, and peanut butter, everybody. Bye.